Hello, social sellers. George is here, and welcome to today's episode where we're going to talk about how the online coaching business and the online training business is disrupting the higher education system. And it could be disrupting in the future, or it's going to disrupt the way even the regular school system, like high school, junior high, and elementary schools, are being run. So, with that being said, we're going to talk about the higher education, why the industry is being disrupted by those online coaches, and why the PhD people, like professors at universities, uh, they started to be worried about what's happening in the market, and they started to see that pattern like long time ago. I remember I was teaching at a local university, and like I started 2007. Like that trend started back then. So the professors were not all professors, not all PhD teachers at a higher education institution like a university were able to like to save their place at what they call the tenure track. So it means they become permanent at a local university or at the university that they are teaching at after a couple of years, after starting of teaching at that specific university after a couple of years. So literally right now, most professors, most university teachers are on contract basis from 1 year to another, even though sometimes the university pay them for the whole year, like 12 months, but still, like they are on a contract basis from 1 year to another, and they don't guarantee if they're going to stay in that position or not. Even the people who have the permanent job or the tenure track, without the existence of a local union, it's going to be also tough for them to maintain this kind of position for life. So everything that is happening in every single market is happening in the short run. Those kind of jobs that you graduate in your 20s and you stay in your job for another 40 years, and at age 67 or 65, depends on your country, you go and like you enjoy your retirement. That stopped a long time ago and is going to be disrupted big time every single year in the coming or in this decade. So I remember Robert Kiyosaki, the author of the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. He always talked about the PhD people because his father was a PhD professor, and now he called them poor, helpless, depressed. This is what the PhD stand for, like with Robert Kiyosaki, because his father struggled so long with making the money or making the wealth he should be making. And his father, he was teaching like back in the 50s and 60s. So that issue has been in the market for so long, and that becomes an issue because the way the education system, what gives us in terms of money, wealth, in terms of time, how we even like elevate our energy is very limited. So the way the education system is being implemented or created, it was created on the basis of like conception, on the basis of transaction that serve those institutions and serve the big corporations who like who fund like those kind of curriculums. So we need to be aware of what's happening in the market. We need to be aware of who fund what. Like when you buy an education program, like who funded, who created it. Does this person or this institution have the credibility? And the credibility is not just like what the government regulations is. The credibility today is what kind of results that curriculum can drive, because the education system is full of theories, full of research, without the actual practice. So for that, you see lots of university professors who teach finance and they are broke. they are living like from paycheck to paycheck. So like how they can teach wealth and finance and numbers and help people to grow their wealth, and they cannot themselves like maintain or create that wealth for themselves, for their family, for their community. So there is a big issue in here. Even like physicians, you see physicians or teachers at university who teach physicians like they are unhealthy. You see lots of people who are teaching in the psychology department, and they have lots of problems like mentally, and I don't know how many other kind of problems they have, because like those are not my ideas. Those are the research. This is why the statistic today, it says that among the higher education system and among the self-employment, meaning accountants, lawyers, and those kind of professions, like the higher they are under a very high rate of mental illness, and they have very high rate of suicide. Like this is a big, huge issue that goes back in the roots to our education system. So why the online coaching and training is disrupting the higher education system? It's very simple. Because the online coaches, what they do, they drive results. Professors at university, they may drive some results if they work with you, and they may not. And this is the issue right now with the education system. You go and you graduate after like 20 years, like from grade 1 till you finish like university degree, and you cannot guarantee a job. And if you guarantee a job, you don't guarantee that you're going to stay in that job. And this is a big issue. Like I have an MBA, and I don't remember anything I learned in this MBA unless like the things I worked on project basis. So most of the things that I remember from my MBA, just like what I have practiced at that university. And I was lucky at that time that the professors at that university help us a lot to practice. But that is not the case of every single university, and that is not the case of every single MBA or PhD graduate. So for that, right now, we have to look at what's happening at the education system, at the university level and school level system, how the disruption is happening with coaches and training, because people, they want results at a faster pace. And people who understand this formula literally can boom their business. They can not only change the way things are happening in their industry, but they can help other people to be successful, to be wealthy, to create the time they want to create, and to elevate the energy that they want to elevate. So take Amazon, for instance. Amazon, what they do, like the result they drive to you is they bring any product. They have any product on their platform. You think about any single product, from books, from shoes, anything that comes to your mind. They deliver that. They send it to you within 1 day if you are in the US, and maybe 2 days if you are in North America. And also in every single country where they have their warehouses, they guarantee like the delivery on like the same day when you subscribe for the Prime. But if you don't even like have the Prime subscription, you can still get that in a very faster way or delivery from any other company on this planet. So Uber, for instance, they pledge that they're going to send you a clean car and like very good service. But what they are selling the time component. That results that they can drive you faster than any other conventional taxi company. And that is like every single one is trying to disrupt and eliminate all the middle person. So in the higher education, what's happening right now is that like professors and teachers, like they accumulated so much of the research, of the knowledge, but that knowledge has to be practiced somehow. And only entrepreneurs can help those professors, can help universities to practice this kind of knowledge to drive the result they should be driving. So hello, Lennifer. If you have any question, put that in the comment section. And if you have any experience with the higher education, what's happening, what do you remember from what you have like from the time that you have graduated till now, from what you have learned at university? I remember I was applying at one time and at one time to do my PhD here in Halifax, and I was in the process. And while I was in the process, I was accepted in my one of my dream jobs. So I spoke with my PhD professor who was looking after my thesis at that time. And I asked her, like, what do you think? Do I carry on with my PhD or do I go and get this job? And literally, without even thinking, she said, like, go get this job because at the end, you're going to make the same money. And the only difference is if you do your PhD now, you're going to accumulate 5 years of debt. So we are talking about like 70,000, 80,000, like at least. So she said, like, you don't have this kind of, or you don't need this kind of debt right now. You'll get this job, and later on you can do your PhD on part-time anytime that you want. So that was a golden advice I got from my professor at that time. And after that, I didn't think about my PhD. I don't want to go to do my PhD because what I'm doing, I'm learning from practice. I'm practicing and I'm learning, I'm teaching, I'm coaching, and I'm sharing what all the methods, all the formulas. And I think like I'm creating more than like sometimes what other teachers are creating. And not only me, like all online coaches, literally those online coaches, some of them, they didn't finish their high school, but they know like how to serve clients. They know literally what the clients want in first place, and they want to work with that client tirelessly to try deliver the results the client wants. And this is the difference between you buy a product and you get left with that product. So it is up to you to understand how we're going to use that product, how you can, that product will change maybe your life or your circumstances. Whereas so when you buy the same product from a coach or a trainer, they work with you one-on-one, and their team will serve you to get the results, the desired situation that you want. And that is the big difference between what's happening right now in the higher education system, in the university system, and versus the online coaching and the online training. So again, like there is no absolute like right and wrong in every single system, but still, like what we are saying in a nutshell, that the market is going toward online coaching and online training. People are shifting, and institutions who doesn't understand this kind of disruption, this kind of change in the market and in the industry, they're going to be left alone. And this is why it is expected that lots of education system and education institutions, they're going to be bankrupt, or they're going to close their doors. They're not going to exist, because right now with the online, anyone can create their own academy, anyone can create their own university on a certain topic or a different topic. Mind Valley, for instance, it's one of the biggest universities online, and they don't teach like universities. Grant Cardone, he has like one of the biggest business and sales university online, and he even, I don't think like he graduated from high school. So this is what people want. People want results. If the university understand that and they try to drive results for their students, they're going to create their competitive advantage. If not, the stream and the industry is going toward the online coaching and online training. So let me know in the comment section your experience with the local or conventional education system, and also if you have experienced any training with an online coach or an online consultant or online trainer. Also, what was your experience? Because also on the online coaching, not all coaches deliver like good results. Lots of them, they just sell you whatever, and they take the money and they do nothing. So it is not a rule everywhere, but this is where the market is going. The market is going toward the online coaches and online training, the good ones, not the crappy ones. So put that in the comment section. What is your experience with both, with the conventional education system and with the online coaching and training? And if you have any question, put that also or DM me. Don't forget to schedule a one-on-one coaching session, strategy session, free strategy session where we can map out like all the details that you should be doing or having in your system in your business to create a lucrative online or digital business or pivot your offline product or service to online using what I call the hypnotic exponential offer system. With that being said, I will see you tomorrow with a new question and a new topic. You enjoy the rest of this day.